So, you remember that one time when you left your whip in my truck?
Yeah.
So you remember that one time you tried to jump a fence and your shorts got stuck up there and we all got to see your little hind cheek?
Yep.
That was pretty funny. Remember that one time when I caught you taking a nap at your desk? That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
You like that? Yeah.
Remember that one time when you hid the bike in the back room at the office because Carrie didn't know you bought it? Or remember the one time at RPI when you were galande coiffing and you ripped your shirt off and hid all the pictures?
Okay, you can cut. Hi, welcome to This is Gravel. I'm Bobby Thompson. With me today is co-hosting Christy.
Moan.
Moan or Mon?
It's Moan.
Moan? Okay, Christy
Moan.
Moan. Thank you so much,
You're
Christy.
welcome. Thanks.
Leland's still out. He's really having a hard time getting that appointment straightened out for the pedicure. So hopefully in a few weeks he'll be back from that. So yeah, thanks for being with us today. We're going to talk a little bit about fall riding today. You ready for the fall weather?
Yes. Yes.
You ready
I
for
am.
the cooler temperatures?
Well, you know, I do like the heat.
Yeah.
So I may be one of those weird people, but I do love the fall right now. So
Yeah.
did a great ride with Lynn Blueball and Nicole Schmidt last weekend, and it was amazing out there.
How many miles?
80.
80 miles? Okay, I feel like a slacker. I think I put in 20 miles since last Thursday. But
Well, you went and spent some time with your lovely wife.
I did. We got to go to Colorado and we did some hiking, which
That
is
was
a
good.
whole different type of exercise than riding your bike. So
Yep.
I think I walked a mile and was gasping for air. So she actually had to pick me up and carry me for like a
That
mile
sounds
and a
like
half.
that sounds about right.
Yeah. No, I really enjoy the fall weather coming up. If it could just stop though, like mid 40s in the morning, and then 60s, 70s in the afternoon. But once it starts to dip down into the 30s,
Yeah.
I'm less enthusiastic to get up and go in the mornings.
Yeah. I think the bigger thing is the darkness. That's always
really?
what gets me. It's dark when you wake up.
Yeah.
It's dark when you go to bed. Well, obviously when you go to bed, when you get off work.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a bummer.
Yeah. You get to see the sunrise though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
It's just, I think, definitely coming home when it's dark out.
Yeah,
is
that's
a
a
little more
bummer.
of a bummer. So it's harder to get a ride into. So, any rides coming up this fall?
I
that
have
you're
a
excited about?
huge ride coming up. So
Okay.
I'm going to go bike the Ho Chi Minh Trail. Riding through Laos, Cambodia, and Vietnam with Rebecca Rush and a few other people. So I'm pretty stoked.
When are you doing that?
We're leaving November 9th, and we'll be back, I think November 23rd, something like that.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
So I'll get some pictures for that?
Yes, I will be blogging about that.
Really?
So, yeah.
That's cool.
Maybe I'll even do a guest blog for you.
I'd like that. Yes, you can do it. Definitely do that. There's only like 5 people that read my blog, right?
Oh, I'm one of the 5.
One of the 5? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well, sounds like a great trip. Can't wait to have maybe a little blog on
Sure.
my website from just for it. So I want to show off, and maybe you can tell a little bit about it because I'm excited. So I want to show this off.
That's the Moan Standard custom-made, American-made ball cap, and that is the Moan Standard logo. And for those that don't know, Tim Moan, my husband, is opening a men's clothing store that's focusing on American-made clothes. So
Nice
pretty
job.
sharp.
Nice job.
Yeah.
I'm actually pretty excited about that. I'm pretty excited about that for Emporia. As most of you all know, I'm very, very enthusiastic about my hometown here in Emporia. So the fact that we're getting another quality store here in town, excellent. Love it. So as far as myself, fall riding coming up.
Did we ask?
I know, but I like to talk
Okay.
about myself. Because the readers out there, or the listeners out there, if I don't talk about myself, then
They're not going to watch the
they're not gonna
show.
watch the show. So I got to
Yeah.
say something about
Okay.
myself. So I'm gonna watch your ride. That's about all I got planned up. So are you gonna be on track leaders?
I don't know.
Okay, you should do
Yeah,
something like that. That'd be cool.
that'd be
to watch.
kinda cool,
So,
yeah.
now I have no rides coming up. I'm gonna be slacking off this fall a little bit. I guess I have one ride coming up on October 15th, which is a 120-mile gravel
Yes.
grinder here in Emporia called Lap the Lakes.
Lap the Lakes.
It benefits the Emporia Police Department's association fund that they use for their community activities, if I remember correctly. And then it also benefits Camp Alexander here in town, which is a youth camp, really a family camp actually. So looking forward to supporting that event.
Yep.
So, and that's October 15th here in Emporia, Kansas. So, with that, the weather's cooling down, so I asked my friend Jeff to do a little clip on some fall riding gear with me. Not winter riding gear, just some light fall riding kind of throwaway gear. So,
Nice.
Thanks, Jeff. It's the fall season here in Emporia, Kansas. Fall season brings temperatures, usually starts morning rides about 40 degrees. You can end a ride around 60 or 70. So I know everybody's got different temperatures wherever you live, but the fall riding season, point is, it brings cooler beginning to the rides with warmer ending to the rides. So because of that, the best riding gear that you can have is something that you can take off and change as you're riding. Jeff and I go out on quite a bit of morning rides. We're going to start down near the shoes and just kind of come up, show you some of the stuff that we ride with. One of the things is that if it's a particularly cold morning, you don't have to have riding boots this early in the season. You can get away with just some toe covers for your shoes. Cut down on spray as you're riding in the morning with a little bit of dew on the roads, and it also keeps your tootsies cold if you want them that way, or warm. So, socks, socks are just your typical higher socks, so that if you wear riding pants like I do, leggings that you can tear off, I like them to cover the sock a little bit so I don't have that lower sock. Jeff?
I prefer wool socks, actually year-round, so starts getting colder, just wear it a little bit thicker.
A little bit thicker? Okay. You got knee warmers on over there,
I do.
which are different than leg warmers?
Yep, they're pretty easy to take off as well. Same concept, you want to put them underneath your bibs, kind of helps them keep them up, and then you can just peel them off if you get too warm. Generally, if it's in the 70s, I don't even take them off. It's not that much of a annoyance to me.
Yeah. And to be truthful, usually if it's a 40 degrees morning ride, I can stand a little bit of cold on my legs.
Yeah,
so I
your
like
legs
the knee
warm
warmers
up
anyway.
so fast.
Yeah, and that's the thing. In the fall rides, you're going to warm up quick. Once you get on the bike and go, what's the old saying is, if you're comfortable when you start the ride, then you've over prepared.
Yeah.
I mean,
exactly
you want to be a little bit chilly when you start the ride. Next up, you got a vest on, I see.
I do. Just a sleeveless vest. This one has a mesh back, so it actually keeps you quite a bit cooler, but easy to peel off, zip down, packs up really small once you do decide to take it off.
We have a lot of chilly north wind during the winter here in Kansas, so the vest is good to break down, help stop that wind.
Yeah,
Which is also
keeping your core warm is.
Yep.
Keep your core warm. You're gonna stay pretty warm.
Yeah, I can deal with cold legs, but cold core hurts the ride. So, I have a full windbreaker on myself just because my arms get cold when I ride, and I like to be a little bit warmer, toastier. But the cool thing is when you take it off, it will break down, and you can actually pack it away in the back jersey pocket, or if you have a feed bag on your bike, it goes in there real nice and neat, and then you're good to go. Arm warmers are quick and easy to dispose of. Just peel them right off. You can either take them off when you're actually stopped and put it in your back pocket, or what I do is I just push them down.
Yep.
And that way, if you get cold again, you can pull them right back up. There's no weight to them at all, so that's just the easiest way to go. What neither one of us have on this morning right now, but what I do usually start with is full finger gloves.
Yep. I prefer a full fingered glove that actually has a windproof backing. So on the back of your hand, it's windproof. Just keeps your hands and fingers so much warmer. I have problems with keeping my fingers warm, so I generally go a little bit heavier on the glove side.
Yeah, if my fingers start to get cold, it's actually it makes it harder to shift for me.
Oh yeah.
So definitely I go with the full finger gloves, and then you can take them off real easy once the ride gets going. On a normal ride, I'm not wearing gloves anyway, so there you go, toss them. Last piece that we really wanted to bring up today would be, I get earaches on fall cooler weather rides if I don't have something covering my ears, so this is really easy.
It's a merino wool cycling cap. Goes down over your ears if it starts getting warm, but you want to leave it on. You can just roll it up or take it off completely.
Makes it for a nice, easy, enjoyable ride, and come back in town afterwards and have a couple of nice beers.
Yep. I even wear this hat down into the 20s and 30s, and it's a very, very good hat. I highly recommend one of these.
So you pretty much wear that nonstop from September until March?
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever wash it?
Maybe once.
Okay.
It's merino wool. It doesn't smell.
All right. So that's what we do in the fall. We'll talk again in the winter, and we'll bring Smitty on for that one to show you some full winter riding gear. So thanks for watching. See you next time. Love having Jeff help us out this time. He's been asking for to help us out a little bit.
He's such a good guy, and I hate to even admit that.
So love having him help out. Do you change your gear that much for fall riding?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm...
You don't like do the full winter suit, do you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Arm warmers and a jacket, and that usually gets me through there.
Don't say too much. I do have a lead on one of our questions, and what led to that clip was actually a question about fall riding gear. So we'll get back to those questions here in a minute. We'll go ahead and jump right into the Q&A, and the way we do it, Christy, is you read one, I read one, we'll go back and forth. So
who has to answer them?
we both answer them.
Oof.
So, yep.
Okay.
And you haven't seen them yet? I've seen one. I'll admit that I've seen the fall riding one. So
Okay.
go ahead.
Number one.
Number one.
What gear do you suggest for cooler fall temps?
Yeah.
Huh.
See, like I said, I read the first one because Matt said you need to do a clip based on this question. I was like, yeah, I got to do that. I got to do that. That's cool. Yeah, fall riding temps, because the rides start off a little cooler, I am a morning rider. I like to get the day started off with a ride about an hour, hour and a half, so that the rest of the day just had more energy the rest of the day. I would say usually until about November, December, really December, knee warmers and a nice light jacket is really all I need. Maybe full-fingered gloves. Yep. The only other thing I would recommend is if you get earaches, I do wear a little riding cap that can cover it up. You can flip up the ears if you want to, that kind of a thing.
Yep, sounds good. That sounds like what I would do.
About that same?
Yep.
Okay. You sure you don't wear full boots or anything like that when you ride?
No.
Okay, all right.
I do put on socks in the fall, though.
Socks, okay.
Yeah.
You don't ride with socks.
I don't ride with socks.
Christy does not ride with socks. I think that is the weirdest thing ever. But okay.
And my shoes smell amazing.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. Yeah.
Sorry.
All right. Do you eat or drink differently on the bike as the temperatures are getting cooler?
Yes.
Would you care to elaborate?
I think
More or less?
Less. You don't. I don't feel like you need as much water if it's cooler.
Yeah.
And I'm never a big eater on the bike. As you get older, your metabolism becomes more efficient, as my mom says.
Okay.
And so you don't need quite as many calories. But you've got to take that into consideration. Yeah. So.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, it depends on the length of the ride. But if we're talking the hour and a half exercise rides that we do in the morning, I wouldn't even go through a whole bottle of water.
Yeah,
on the fall rides. And food, as you all know, I kind of neglect my nutrition anyway. So I can be really cheap during the fall. So.
Okay, number 3. As a beginning rider, do I have to wear all the spandex?
I look good in spandex. My wife says I do. So no one else says that, but my wife said I do. I think she's trying to feed my ego. Yeah, no, you don't have to wear the spandex, but you're going to want to wear something that has a chamois in it, because after you get 10 miles out of town and your rump's going to start hurting a little bit. But no, there's lots of different styles of clothes that you can wear. I wear spandex. That's the culture and the style that I kind of started riding bikes in 5 years ago. Everyone around here kind of, I think a lot of us here wear the spandex, and that's more or less why I do. I know we have a new friend in town, Adam.
One Take Blake?
Yeah, One Take Blake, who doesn't wear spandex. He wears, he's got his shorts and his casual shirt that he wears, but.
Yeah. I don't think you have to wear spandex as a beginner at all.
No, just wear something that's comfortable, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Number 4, what's a dream ride or race of yours to do in the next couple of years? Well, crap, you just told us one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't even know that was a dream.
It's going to be hard
right?
to beat that.
I know. I didn't even know that was a dream.
You didn't know that was a dream?
So I'm really excited.
How about this? What's a big event that you'd like to go to in the next couple of years?
Well,
that you haven't been able to get to yet?
Tim and I, we want to do the Tour Divide. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's on the radar for us.
Together?
On the tandem. Yeah. We can stay married till then? No, we've got 20 years in.
You guys are pushing your luck. You've had a great luck so far. So. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think that's the way we both feel like it would be the most fun to do it. So.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That's on the horizon. I'm not quite sure when.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yours is probably Paul's.
Yeah, I'm going to get to do the Dirty Reaver next year, and that was definitely an international ride. Is something I always wanted to do. I had no idea I'd be doing one this quickly, and met Paul Arrington this year, and definitely going to go over and do his ride next year.
Awesome.
So.
All right. Oh yes. Do you prefer hugs or high fives at the finish lines? Or Or handshakes. There's 3 options.
Ooh, handshakes, because handshakes are, you got more of the manly, firm handshake thing on there. Hugs. Bear hugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, bear hugs after a
Hugs.
long ride. Yeah.
I don't even like to hug regularly, but I like to hug at the finish line.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, definitely.
yeah.
I think that's becoming a gravel tradition in a lot of races right now.
Yeah.
Except Craig from Gravel Worlds, give me a hug next year. I really want to hug next year. I think we did like a shoulder tap this year kind of thing, and I want to hug next year. So love you guys up there.
There you go. I got a hug from Craig.
You got a hug from Craig? Oh, okay. All right. I want a hug from you next year, Craig. So.
I've got a question for you that's not on the list.
Okay.
What is your favorite beer for the fall?
She's awesome at doing segues, isn't she? It's Oktoberfest season, and I was able to reach out to a good friend of ours, Rick Becker, at Mulready's Pub here in Emporia, Kansas. I think most of you who have been to the Dirty Kansas know and love Rick and Mulready's Pub. So I was able to reach out to him. He was able to sit down and teach us a little bit about fall beers and Oktoberfest beers.
It's getting to be that time of year where people want a little heavier beer, a little darker, a little bit more full-bodied beer. And when it gets really hot, after a ride, you want something a little bit lighter, a lager, a pilsner, maybe or even a radler, session IPAs, things like that. Right now, you're starting to see the porters, the stouts, the stronger IPAs, and a fantastic style for this time of year is the Oktoberfest beers. People think they're just kind of a trendy beer, if they haven't been following craft beer for the last few years, but the Oktoberfest beers have been around for centuries.
Now, Oktoberfest, different than all the pumpkin spice that you see at the
Definitely. They truly did start in Germany, in Munich specifically, if you want to get down to it. They're also called Marzens. You might see that name. It actually stands for March beer. They're served in October and in the fall, but they're brewed in the spring. Once it gets into summertime in Germany, back in the day, it was too hot to brew beer. It just wouldn't work out very well. So those brews are completed in the spring and then casked and barreled and then served in the fall.
So it's the brewing process that made them a fall cooler weather beer.
Sure. And like I mentioned earlier, they tend to be a little bit darker in color, kind of a deep coppery color, a little bit more full bodied than your traditional lager or pilsner. They're malty, yet they tend to finish dry. They're not high alcohol beers, usually anywhere from about 4 to 7%, with most of them falling in that 5 to 6 range. And if you think about your average pilsner or lagers around 5%, your Oktoberfest beers are going to be about the same.
So these are different than your traditional stouts.
Definitely. These are not in the ale family. These are not in the stout family. They're just, if you think of them as more or less a lager or pilsner that with the malting process gives them a little bit deeper, richer color. They're still going to drink nice and crisp like a lager or a pilsner will, but they'll have a little bit, like I said, a little more body. Some of them will have a little toastiness to them, a little bit of smokiness to them.
What's your traditional Oktoberfest season? Because eventually it leads into the heavier stouts of winter, what I would call the winter season.
Sadly, the one trend I'm seeing in craft beer that I don't like is the breweries are now pushing the seasonals back further and further. I could have had Oktoberfest beers on in July if I wanted, and to me that's just wrong. So about mid-September to about mid-November, so about 2-month period is when we like to do our Oktoberfest beers. So.
Perfect. All right, thanks for talking to us today. Have fun riding, everyone.
Ride bikes, drink beer.
I can't believe I got Rick on camera for 5 minutes without saying anything.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rick. Love it. We'll do another one in the winter. So we're going to try something new this week. Producer Matt wants to do a lead-in, a segment with social media. So take it away, Matt.
Thanks, Bobby and Christy. I want to give everybody a shout out that's been posting on our Gravel Guru Facebook page. If you don't like it, come follow us, Gravel Guru, at Gravel Guru. Come check it out. This weekend we had Chris Williams post a low water crossing he did down in Oklahoma. Doesn't that look like fun coming through there on a nice Saturday that we had this weekend here in the Midwest? Going on down the page, September 26th, we post Where'd You Ride this weekend. Matt Smith did the Hondo in Augusta, Kansas for 120 miles. Jeff Peterson did his first 100K, and boy, it looked muddy there. I believe that was up about Wamego, Kansas, about an hour north of Emporia here. Going on down the page, Jake Martinet rode the 30-mile course at the Hondo. Cool to see him get started there. Chris Sutton did the fall tour at JP's Gravel Pursuit out in Idaho. Does that not look gorgeous there? Moving on down the page, Rich Ways out riding the Mavic All-Road for the Spandex Stampede. Look at this. Wow, that looks a gorgeous place to go out and ride and explore by bike. On down the page, Greg Troyer was out in Northwest Pennsylvania. Got a lot of cool pages. Rode the intermediate course at the Hondo. It looks like it was the big event to be at last week. You got the wind farm out in the background, just a gorgeous view. So really, just get on our page, enjoy, share photos, share videos, and let us know. Back to you, Christy and Bobby.
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it. That was kind of cool to watch this week. So, Christy, thank you for being here with us.
Hey, it was fun.
Appreciate it. And Leland, we're wishing you the best. Hopefully we'll see you in a few weeks. Thanks everybody for watching. Make sure you check us out on the Gravel Guru Facebook page or the Casual Cyclist Facebook page. And apparently check my blog in a couple months and you might get something from Christy on there. So look forward to seeing you next time. See ya.
Bye.